Hey, good morning, YouTubers. This is Francis. It's a Monday morning, about 11:30 a.m. Anyways, I was reviewing some of my previous videos, and I decided I wanted to make a video called my transgender timeline. Today is day 64 on Estrogel, and we'll talk about that toward the end of the video. But anyways, I'm going to be reading from, it's like an outline I made, so I won't be looking at the camera all the time, all right? So anyway, so I'm going to just read this and then make some comments along the way, all right? Okay, in April 2012, I discovered other transgender people on YouTube. I watched many, hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos, okay? And I did a lot of research online, reading articles from medical doctors, surgeons, etc. I had a lot of questions in my mind of, what is this gender dysphoria all about? Okay. So, another question is that what I experienced throughout my life? Okay. So we're talking about my life here, folks, and I needed to investigate this fully and completely. Okay. So I started doing that in, like I said, April 2012. That was 2.5 years ago. Okay. So, in July 2012, I decided to move to Florida. Living in New England in a cold climate without a job, because I'd been on disability for about 3 years back then, yeah. And free from a previous relationship. And I also wanted to investigate transgender more. These were all several factors for me moving to Florida. Okay. Okay, so I moved in September of 2012, so that was a little over 2 years ago. Okay, in October 2012, I was in my new apartment in Jacksonville, Florida. I continue making friends on YouTube and spending a lot of hours researching transgender phenomenon further. I started polishing my fingernails, okay, with Sally Hansen Clear Base and Top Coat. It helped me to stop chewing my fingernails, which was like a lifetime habit, and I wanted to shake that, okay? So I was putting clear polish on my fingernails, and then, when I brought them up to unconsciously start, I could smell the polish, and oh, gee, I don't want to chew it. So I was pretty successful. My right hand, since it's been 2 years, I started this in December, and I pretty much didn't chew any of my fingernails on my right hand. I kind of still nibbled on the ones on my left hand, but so basically I got 2 fingers on my left hand that are just as long and if not better than the ones on my right hand, but I still kind of nibble on my pinky, my ring finger, and my thumb. So I do put clear polish on, but it's a struggle, okay? I still have this habit. I'm trying to get 100% victory, okay? Okay, in July 2013, I made an appointment with my gender therapist. This was about a year after I made arrangements to move to Florida, okay? Okay, my first appointment was in September 2013. Actually, my first appointment with my gender therapist was pretty close to a week before I moved to Florida. So I basically moved here, did more research, and you know, and it took me, over about a year before I actually did get my first meeting with a therapist. Okay, after 2 sessions, I asked for a letter to protect me when using the woman's room, since I was dressing full time as a woman. So, when you're out dressing as a woman with a skirt, you kind of look a little strange going in the men's room. So I decided that I'd be better off, going to the ladies' room. You go in the ladies' room, there's stalls. You go in the stall, close the door, latch it, sit down, do your business, and then you get up. You go to the faucet, or what are they, the sink, whatever, wash your hands, look in the mirror, comb your hair, whatever, groom yourself. Okay, that's what it says on my letter. So, I have a right to use the public restroom just like everybody else. Okay, so, and the letter clearly states I'm under psychological treatment, and it's okay for me to be there because I have to. I'm doing this real life experience thing. Okay, that's required for you to do for over a year. So, there's all these things that they want you to do to prove that you're gonna make it through this transition thing. Okay, so all right, enough said there. So, oh, and I read this letter in a previous video I made over a year ago in October 2013. So if you want to kind of go back, and then you can hear what the letter, because I just read the letter on a different video. Okay. After about 7 or 8 meetings, I got my GD, that's called gender dysphoria letter. It is an assessment of my mental psychology, and that's needed to take hormones. Okay. So, we talked about my childhood, my social interactions, all kinds of things in this letter. It's a legal document, and it kind of like is an assessment evaluation of my psychological condition. Okay. So, so after 6 months of this counseling in March 2014, I scheduled my first visit with an endocrinologist. I'll just call him Dr. Endo because I'm not going to be like telling you who he is. After my first visit in April, I had baseline blood work done at a lab. Okay, so it took a week or so for the lab results, but I had to wait 5 weeks to go see the doctor again. Okay, so I got my results in May 2014. The doctor prescribed spironolactone 100 milligrams a day. Previous to that, I had been taking low dose of Spiro 25 milligrams a day for 6 years due to a medical condition I have, my heart failure. Spironolactone is a diuretic, and I take 2 diuretics, Spiro and another thing called Lasix. All right, so most of my breast tissue growth has happened over the years due to the low dose Spiro. See, the doctors didn't think that would happen because, they didn't know I had hypogonadism. But anyways, the blood tests indicated that I have hypogonadism, and that is defined in Wikipedia, and I'm not going to go over that right now. After checking my potassium levels in June, the doctor raised my dosage to 200 milligrams a day. So basically, after they did the bloodline tests in May, well, actually April, then a month later, I saw the doctor in May. He increased my spironolactone dose from 25 to 100 milligrams a day. Okay, and I did that for a month, and then he checked, did some more blood work, and then since my potassium level was still like in the middle of the normal range, because spironolactone kind of preserves potassium. They don't want your body to have too much potassium because that can create a problem. So anyways, he upped it to 200. And so I've been taking 150 to 200 a day since then. Okay. So, anyways, but I have a few medical conditions. I have diabetes and a few other things, and the doctor refused to put me on estrogen pills. So he says I have too big of a risk for blood clots. Anyway, but anyways, I did a lot of research on this, and you know, I have several books. I don't know if there's one down here. Let me put it down here. Anyways, the Treasury of Natural Cures. I shared something with my doctor about it, and he just laughed. He says, "Oh, that isn't going to work." So I did more research, and I found out that if you use this bioidentical estrogen, the risk of getting blood clots is practically nil. And plus, I'm taking vitamin E, 400 international units a day. I take one capsule a day. It's a soft gel capsule. And then I take omega-3 fish oil capsules. And, you know, I take 2 of those. And then there's another thing called krill oil. But anyways, I take enough fish oil to get like, and then I eat sardines and fish too. So like, I try to maintain my daily intake of fish oil between 2,000 and 3,000 milligrams. That's like 1 or 2 grams, 2 or 3 grams a day. Okay, and so you know that prevents you from getting blood clots according to my natural medicine doctor. Okay, so that's what I've been doing, and so I believe that, and so my first endocrinologist just laughed at me. He just, oh, that ain't gonna work. So you know what? I changed doctors. So anyways, my therapist told me about this other doctor that's out on Jacksonville Beach. And so I did some research on his clinic and his practice. I go, oh, this guy's just like Jonathan V. Wright out in the Seattle area. So I was like real excited. So I called up and I was able to get an appointment the following week because the doctor had a scheduled vacation that week, but then apparently he came back off vacation a week early and says, "Oh, you can fill up my schedule with appointments." So I happened to call on a Wednesday the previous week, and I was able to get in there like around 1 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. You know, I only had to wait a few days. Didn't have to wait a month or 2 months because this guy's booked. Okay, he's got a lot of patients. So, anyways, so I went to him, and my first meeting with him was in October. Okay, first week of October, just 2 months ago, and he gave me a prescription immediately that I took home. And it was basically 5 weeks of this free samples, like an estrogen gel you just kind of rub on your arm. You can do it on your arm, leg, wherever. But anyways, so I did that. So then when I went and saw him, then we did all kinds of blood tests, and he verified all the other blood tests I had before, and checked my estrogen levels and my testosterone levels and everything. Then he gave me this. This is a free sample. This is called, let's see if you can get it here. Yeah, there we go. Estrogel. So this is like this like 40-meter pumps in this, okay? So you 2 a day. One on this arm, and then 12 hours later I do one on this arm, rub it in, you know. You can even put it on your breast if you want. It's bioidentical estrogen, and it works great. Okay, I've been on this. I've basically been on this for almost a month, and I had 5 weeks of the other stuff. So it works great. I'm getting great progress. I'm having some significant changes. I have much softer skin. My hair is changed. It's even gotten lighter. And and I have noticed some changes in my breast tissue. Okay. So enough said there. But anyways, with this hypogonadism, when I was on this low dose spironolactone as a diuretic um, medication, um, because I have hypogonadism, it affected me more so than a normal male. Anyway, so so I'm going to I canceled my appointment with my endocrinologist, the original guy that I had last month, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I'm not seeing him anymore. Okay, because why? I mean, I don't have to go to him. I went to him to get my HRT, but when that didn't happen, so I'm getting my HRT from this doctor now. Okay. So let's see. Let me catch up here. Let's see. Okay. So basically, today is day 64, which means I've been on the estrogen for 9 weeks. 9 times 7 is 63. So today, exactly 9 weeks ago, tonight will be the first. Will be So that's 9 weeks. So I've been basically on estrogen, a topical gel, HRT treatment for 9 weeks, okay? So I feel great. My body has changed. Yeah, does that change? Yeah, it changed. I am losing inches in some places and losing weight slowly. My mental state has really not changed, except I can be more emotional and cry easier. Sometimes when you're alone at home, at night in bed and alone, sometimes you reminisce about your past and, your relationships with your family and friends. And sometimes, you get depressed and you cry a lot, So anyways, my skin is softer, especially up around here and, on my butt. And my legs, the skin, it basically is everywhere, has gotten softer, but some places it's a lot softer than it used to be, okay? And and my breast area is tender, okay? So I've noticed that these things are there's something growing in there, and it kind of like tingles a little, okay? So I'm happy with my progress. Oh, that's it. We got to the end of the outline, and I'm under 20 minutes. Woohoo! So this is going to be titled my 9-week update, and so I'm real happy with my progress. I don't feel any differently psychologically than I was before, except like I said, I can tear up and get emotional a lot easier, but I always was like that to a point. So anyways, my doctor gave me a lab sheet. He's running a full panel and stuff, and I got to go have that done in March. So that's like what, in 3 months? Let's see, January, February. Yeah, in 3 months I go get that, and then I have an appointment to see him again in April. So that's in like a month later. So by then it'll be April 2013. I'll be 62 in April. Okay, so anyway, so that's really all I have to say. We're under 20. It's 19 minutes. I'm gonna have to close this video. So thank you for watching. Fran-Sez hopes that whatever I said was beneficial and informative. And please like or subscribe, leave comments, okay? So love everybody. You have a wonderful week. And if you're working, thank you for paying my Social Security.